Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sakhat Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. We are doing the 14th chapter of Panchadashi, and here we are talking about Vidyaranya, where he mentions about the Atmanande Vidyanandaha, where Vidya is defined as that knowledge that is about the absolute. That means that involves Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Brahman alone is real, and therefore the world is not really real, but experientially real, but not really real. That means it appears to be there and enough to experience at the transactional level, but at the same time absolute level it's not there. It's less like the ring is real, bangle is real, necklace is real. So experientially the ring is different from a bangle, bangle is different from a necklace, ring utility is different from bangle utility. All that is valid. At the same time, ring is not really real. Why? Because what is real is that which remains the same all the time. That is the definition. And ring can become a bangle, bangle can become a ring. That means a transformation of names and forms. But what is really real there is the gold. Gold it came, from gold it came, by gold it is sustained, into gold it goes back. And therefore, that alone is real. And that which doesn't undergo any change, and the change things are all names and forms. That's what essentially understood, and that is the knowledge. And once you have gained the knowledge, you can play in the transactional world the names and forms, knowing well it's only not real, but at the transactional world is real, but not from the absolute real. A jnani is the one who has understood what is absolutely real. At the same time, he can play at the transactional level without getting affected, because he knows that I am not really doing well, all the doing is going on. At the absolute level, he is Brahman. So Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahman cannot do it. Brahman cannot commit anything, because it is one without a second. At the same time, all the things are done at the transactional level. Therefore, he is not accountable from the point of Brahman level. The body, mind, intellect of Jnani may be accountable for the actions that are being done. So that one has to be careful here. So that Kshan in the last week, he eats. If he doesn't eat, the body will starve. So you have to make sure that his body is maintained. You don't make it die unnecessarily, because that's a part of the nature, and feeding the body appropriately is important. Oh, I am a jnani, I am not going to eat. That is not necessarily is a test of jnanam. And some lady wanted to remain without food, apparently because she read in some yogis remained without food and they survived. So she wanted to be a yogi, and she may remain, this recently in France or something, and she didn't stop eating, thinking that I am also a yogi. And unfortunately the body deteriorated and she died out of starvation. So that's not a method of testing I am a yogi. A yogi can eat, yogi can maintain the body and mind intellect. He can say I am hungry, I am this, I am sleepy, I am tired, all this, everything else is the same. But he doesn't depend on that for his happiness. That's where the difference between a jnani and a ajnani. So here we are going to discuss the Taittiriya Upanishad and levels of happiness. At each level we are talking about, starting with the king, where Manushya Anandaha. Manushya Ananda is, what is one unit of Ananda? One who is an emperor of the whole world, and Yav enough. And that's what is going to be talked about now. In the Taittiriya Upanishad says, Sarvan kaman sahapnoti. Sarvan kaman sahapnoti. Nanyavad janma karmabhihi. Nanyavad janma karmabhihi. Vartante srotriye bhoga. Vartante srotriye bhoga. Yugapat karma varjitaha. Yugavat karma varjitaha. Together, Sarvan kaman sahopnoti nanyavad janma karmabhihi vartamte srotriye bhoga yugapat karma varjitaha. So, Sarvan kaman saha apnoti, all desires are fulfilled simultaneously, not one after the other also. All desires are fulfilled, saha apnoti, he gets. Anyavatu, just like an ignorant person also struggle hard to get that happiness. Here, a difference is without struggling hard, he is getting all the happiness. That's a really great deal here. So, he enjoys all the happiness that one gets out of fulfilling the desires. This is what one has to be careful. He gets the same happiness that other guy, by struggling hard and enjoying, he gets the same happiness without struggling. That's an even better situation. And therefore, Sarvan kamansa apnoti anyavatu. So, just like the ignorant person. Na janma karma bihi. So, it's not like by taking a birth again and again in order to enjoy it once for all, without taking birth again, he enjoys all that. So, janma karma, because one has to take different births in order to enjoy all the happinesses one can get. So, na janma karma bihi, vaya, not via the births and deaths. Sotriye, in the one who is Sotriya, Brahmanishtaha, the one who is who is in the knowledge, who has gained the knowledge of that absolute. So, gain the knowledge of absolute is what? Not I know Brahman. See, I am Brahman is the knowledge. So, that is Sotriyaha in the wise man. Bhogaha kramavarjitaha. So, all the enjoyments are not necessarily in the order of sequence. Now I enjoy food, now I go to entertainment, now I enjoy that entertainment, now I will do something else. It's not like a sequential, because I cannot be in different places in order to enjoy. So, I want to eat food on side, I want to go to entertainment side, I want to play something else on side. I have to do sequentially only, because the body mind can go only at one place, one at a time. Whereas the jnani can enjoy anything without any order also. So that is why a jnanam is a better of getting enjoyment than going through struggling hard also. This is what here. Na janma karma abhihi, without taking birth and death, etc. actions. Bhogaha kamavarjitaha. So Yugapat vartante, it exists all together, he can enjoy all the happiness together. So that's why, as we said in the Upanishad, it says that Sotriyasya akamaya tasya, one who is Sotriya, that means one who has studied the Vedanta and understood, and therefore he has no more desires for that, so no more mind agitation, he is already enjoying that without having a desire even. That's what essentially simultaneous fulfillment of all the pleasures are also. Now he compared to a king, a Manushyanandaha, and when you go to Manushyanandaha, you may enjoy, and you may go to next kalpa to go to Gandharvananda, next kalpa to go to Devananda. A Jiva has to travel kalpa to kalpa in each step, and here is a one step everything, and that's what essentially is going to be described now. Yuva rupi cha vidyavam, yuva rupi cha vidyavam, nirogo druda chittavam, nirogo druda chittavam, sainyo petaha sarva prithvim, sainyo petaha sarva prithvim, vittapurna prapalayan, together. Yuva rupi cha vidyavam, nirogi druda chittavan, sainyo peta sarva prithvim, vittapurnam prapalayan. So here we are comparing to the Manushya Ananda, that's in the Taittiriya Upanishad, and this is a one unit of happiness. How defined? He has to be Yuva. He has to be young, means only young fellow can enjoy a lot of things that old people cannot enjoy, because his body is now conducive to enjoyment also. If we eat something now, or we used to eat at that time, now we cannot even digest it. And if you go further, if the teeth is not there, you can't even bite it. So here he is young enough to enjoy. Rupi is also very handsome also. So he is young, handsome, and Vidyaman, and he has studied all the studies of the worldly knowledge. So he knows everything. So there is no, I need to know, that kind of, the inadequacy is not there. He has studied everything, so he doesn't have to go to school again. So you are Rupi, Cha, Vidyavan, and he does not have any Rogam, Nirogi, without, and Drudha Chittavam is a firm determination, what is right, what is wrong, what he has to do. There is no wavering mind. So Drudha Chittam, firm decision making, and Sainyopetaha, and he is the king with a lot of Sainyam also. That means a lot of people to protect him from anybody else. No uprising, no mutiny and all that. So Sainyopetaha, Sarvaprithvim, all the whole world he owns as the king of the whole universe, Vitta Purnam, and all the wealth he has in order to enjoy, and Prapalayam, and he is the one who is ruling the whole world, and he has all the money, all the Sainyam, all the pleasures, and young enough and handsome enough that all the ladies can fall in love with him. So that is the nature of one happiness of one unit, and for that king, whatever happiness he has, one who doesn't have anything, at the same time jnani enough, he also enjoys the same thing. That's what essentially. Sarvair manushya kair bhogaihi, Sarvair manushya kair bhogaihi, Sampannasтрupti bhumipaha, Sampannasтрupti bhumipaha, Yamanandamavapnoti, Yamanandamavapnoti, Brahmavicca tamasnuti, Brahmavicca tamasnuti. Together, Sarvair manushya bhogaihi, Sampannasтрupti bhumipaha, Yamanandamavapnoti, Brahmavicca tamasnuti. So Sarvaihi manushya bhogaihi, Sarvaihi, everything, manushya that which man can enjoy, all the bhogaihi, all that one human being can enjoy, all the enjoyments, all the worldly enjoyments. Sampannaha, having got that, once you enjoy that, what happens? My God, I really enjoyed. So a king will get tired of that also. So Truptaha, having satisfied, Bhumipaha, king, Anandaha, that bliss, Avapnoti, attains. Tam, same bliss, Brahmavicca, even the knower of Brahman, without gaining all that, without struggling to gain that, without worrying about all that, he also enjoys the same happiness. So Ashnuti, he also enjoys. So here is comparing the enjoyment of a king who is an emperor of young enough and enjoys the all enjoyments and satisfied that I enjoyed everything, and then goes to sleep. And whereas the jnani, without struggling hard to get everything, without anything at all, he also enjoys all that. This is a statement from the Taittiriya Upanishad. Why he enjoys? Because he feels that he is full by itself. Other man is full by enjoying. He is full even without enjoying, because the fullness is that happiness that one gets is essentially the same. Okay, joy bore the king jnani also enjoys. Martya bhoge dvayor nasti, Martya bhoge dvayor nasti, Kamastrupti ratasama, Kamastrupti ratasama, Bhogan nishkamataikasya, Bhogan nishkamataikasya, Parasyapi vivekataha, Parasyapi vivekataha. Together, Martya bhoge dvayor nasti, Kamastruptir sama bhogair nishkamatai kasya parasyapi vivekataha. Dvayoho. Now we are comparing the two people. One is the king who is having every enjoyment that is conceivable and enjoyed it and happy because he enjoyed all that. That for the king. And same enjoyment a liberated person, Mukta Purusha or Jnani. Liberation means I am already free. That is Mukta. He is not going to become free. He understood that I am Brahman, therefore he is free. Free from the superimposed limitations of I am this, because he doesn't have any tadatnyam, identification with the body, mind, intellect as I am this. Therefore, he is muktaha, he is free. So, we are talking about the happiness of the two people. One is, you get the same happiness, number one, he said. Now, of these two happiness, now see what is the difference between the two. The king is dvayoho, for the king and for the Mukta Purusha. Marcha bhogaihi, all the worldly pleasures that you see in this world. Marcha means that it keeps changing. So all the pleasures of the world, kamaihi, desires, na asti, is no more there. Why they are more there? The king has enjoyed everything. He says, I enjoyed. Now I am tired of this. I want to go to sleep. So whereas the Jiva and Mukta also enjoyed. So both have enjoyed together. And nasti, there is no more. Ekasya, for the one, that is one of them. Essentially, you're talking about who we will see. That is about the king. Bhogat, and due to enjoyment, nishkamata, the absence of desire, parasya, for a jnani, vivekata, by discriminative intellect, and therefore ataha truptihi sama, the satisfaction is the same. Here it says there are two differences. Even though both are happy, both are satisfied, one is different from the other. One is essentially, for one, bhogat, due to enjoyments, the body, mind, and intellect enjoyed, and therefore it's happy. And therefore, nishkamata, is no more desires for enjoyment. How? Because when I go to a place where they fed me completely, a delicious food, therefore I enjoyed the delicious food. And suddenly they bring some more food has come. Then you think I need this, that's enough. Because I enjoyed what need to be enjoyed. I am full by enjoyment. Maybe tomorrow I'll eat later. But this current satisfaction is I am full. So by enjoying, indulging, I am full. So you get tired of enjoyment also. In the worldly pleasures, you get tired of that also. That's why every people want next one even better than previous one, because they are tired of this and they won't get same happiness next time when they enjoy. So they want a higher kick or higher this and higher all that things is new experience in order to enjoy the same enjoyment. Whereas even for a one who has understood, doesn't have any desire for it, he is full already with that. So therefore he enjoys without. So trupti, satisfaction of enjoyment is the same. One went through the enjoyment and satisfied. Without going through enjoyment, other one is satisfied because the mind is contented. Same degree. Therefore contentment of the mind remains the same whether you satisfy by desire, your other one is by not having a desires at all. When you satisfy by desire, there are other problems, whereas this one doesn't have any problem. When you satisfy the problem, because you have to struggle in keeping it, struggle in preserving it, struggle if you lose it, all the struggles are fear and everything is there. Whereas here, I have no fear, I am happy as I am, without depending on something other than myself for my happiness. That is the click. Here, the king has to depend for his happiness of the pleasures there. If other people take away that pleasure, then he will be unhappy. Whereas here, nobody can take, because I am happy as I am. So that is the difference between a Mahatma happiness versus the king. Even though satisfaction at that level is the same. We'll go to next one, 24. Sotriyatvad shastraihi bhogadoshana vichyate raja bruhadrato dosham stan gadha birudasharat together. Sotriyatvad Veda Shastraihi Bhogadoshana Vichyate Raja Bruhidrato Dosham Stan Gadhabhi Rudasharat. So there was a king by name the Rushidradha. So Rushidradha in the Vedas, there is a Maitreyin in that Brahmana. He has described the suffering that one goes through in order to get the satisfaction in the worldly pleasures. So worldly pleasures will not give you. That's what the whole idea is. Sotriyatvam. So being a knower of Shruti, Veda Shastraihi, from the study of scriptures, Bhoga Doshaihi, the problems in the enjoyment of the worldly pleasures, that is sense enjoyments of the objects, happiness, avechyata, he has seen it, and therefore he has written the limitations of the suffering of the pleasures that you get out of the worldly. Thereby, so what are kind of pleasures? He has written, in fact, Brahadrata in the Maitreyin, Tan Doshan and Gadabhihi Udaharat. He explained in the form of slokas in the Maitreyin in the Vedas, that is already been there by the sage who is a singly sage, Raja Bruhadati. He is not only a king but also, so he knows the kingly pleasures also. So he is a first hand experience, and also he is a Sotriyaha. So he is a Sotriyatva and Veda Shastrahi. He knows the Shruti and Veda also, the study of the scriptures, and he knows Bhoga Doshaha, the limitations of the suffering. What are the limitations? Because it is essentially the Doshastrayam, and that is there are three obstacles in three sufferings out of doshas are there. The problems associated. It is essentially gaining is a problem, preserving is a problem, and if you lose also problem, called dosha misritatvam, then is asantruptikaram. This is because anytime you enjoy it, you are not completely happy because you feel that you need something else more to be happy. So when I have a good cup of coffee, I enjoy anything, then suddenly a thought comes, I need idli also to be more happy. So if I have idli, I need something else. So when I'm enjoying the happiness of that, there's a desire for something else comes in picture, depriving me of my having that enjoyment all the time. So that's called the doshatrayam, the asantruptikaram. There is no santrupti eternal. Now I am having a cup of coffee. From now on, I am happy. I need something else because another desire comes in. Whereas this akamayatasya, I have no desires at all to get another one, so I am reveling in that happiness. So that is the doshatrayam and asantruptikaram, and also bandhakatvam. Bandhakatvam means I become slave to unless I have it, I will not be happy. Whereas I depend on something other than myself for my happiness, other may become, may not come. And that's why if we depend on anything or anybody for my happiness, that's a slavery. Whereas I am happy as I am, whether things come or not, I am still happy. Whether they come, it's okay. Whether not come, also it's okay, because I am satisfied with myself. My happiness doesn't depend on something other than, and that is the real. So this Raja Bruhadada has discussed this exhaustively because he is both the king as well as the Jnani. 25th. Deha dosham chitta dosham deha doshan chitta doshan bhogya doshan anekashah bhogya doshan anekashah sunavante payaseno kamastadvat vivekinah together deha doshan chitta doshan bhogya doshan anekashah sunavante payaseno kamastadvat vivekinah. So anekashaha, many kinds of doshas are there. Deha doshan, problems with the body. So you cannot remain as a yuva, young all the time. As you go older, body will start changing and you cannot digest all the food that you were enjoying before. So there is a dosha, because the imbalance in the body that goes through because of vatam, pittam and all that, kapham, all the three becomes imbalanced, then you have to compensate, take medicines, all that. So deha dosha, there are body problems. So if the body cannot walk, you cannot enjoy going somewhere, and the body is back pain, this pain, that pain, leg pain, all can't see, can't hear, all the problems come, and therefore those are the body problems at the physical level. Chitta doshan, mental problems are there where I cannot enjoy the same as much as I used to before because of mind is preoccupied or worried or something. So you may get a delicious food I used to enjoy, but mind is reveling, suffering something due to some other problem, then I cannot enjoy it. Therefore, chitta doshan. So problems at the mental level. Bhogya doshan, and the defectness are the objects also. Things that don't come exactly same way. Today the salt is more, or the sugar is more, or sugar is more, or this is more, or that is more. All changes because everything is different and continuously changing, and therefore the bhogya dosha, defects in the objects. All these problems belong to at that level for the one who depends upon the objects for his happiness. Whereas for vivekinaha, for one who has a discriminative intellect, who knows what is real and what is not real, and he knows that this is not really real, and therefore he doesn't pay attention to that this much. Therefore he looks it as though, here he gives us sunavante, it's a vomitings of the dog. Well, when you see vomitings of the dog, your own vomitings you don't want to see it, and vomitings of the dog you don't want to even see it. So that kind of it, the way you look at it, he looks at the world problems also. So as though, is he only giving an example here. So Vivekinaha, the one who has a discriminative intellect, Tadvat, like what? Kamaha, the desires, is not bother him because he thinks they are like the sunavante, like a vomits of a dog. So he's giving a comparison of the mind of a jnani doesn't depend upon anything outside or sense objects, because if you depend on sense objects for your happiness, you got it. You become a prisoner, worrying all the time. People are going after this, after that, after this, endlessly, nothing satisfies them. 26. Nishkamatve samipyatra rajnyaha sadhana sanchaye dukkhamasid bhavanashad adibhiranu vartate together. Nishkamatve samipyatra rajnyaha sadhana sanchaye dukkhamasid bhavanashad adibhirasu vartate abhibhiranu vartate. Atra, in that case, nishkamatve sami, the desirelessness of the jnani, being similar, api rajnyaha, for the king, and the king is also the more desires because he enjoyed it. So after enjoying that particular, at least on that day, is no more, is satisfied at that moment. So therefore no further desire. Nishkamaha. So the king satisfied because he is satisfied with the fulfilling, and one who is jnani is also satisfied because he is reveling in the absolute and he doesn't care for this, and both are desirelessness is similar. Api rajnyaha and sadhana sanchayi, and for getting pleasures of enjoyment, dukkha asid, one has to suffer to get them, bhava nashat, and one suffers if they lose those things in the future. So atibi, there is a lot of fear involved. Anuvartate, so it already exists in the king. King is worried. So now I enjoy, and I am enjoying the whole kingdom. But does he go to sleep properly? He will be worrying about somebody else stealing his property, or still coming another fellow uprising, because they want to enjoy the same thing that he is enjoying, and therefore there is always a fear of loss. And to get that you have a problem, and losing is also a problem, and maintaining that also is a problem also. So if you have a lot of wealth, earning to get wealth is a problem, and if you have got wealth and preserving that wealth is also a problem, and there are always people waiting to steal away that property, also a problem. So that problems are always there for a king. Fear is always there, and whereas the jnani will not have, and is all going to be discussed in the next slokas. With this we stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.